This is Johnny Wrestling, or Johnny Takeover, as my shirt says. And listen, I want you to listen. Like, we're at a ball right now. It's crazy. It's loud. It's hectic. We're in New York City. But I want you to listen to No Holds Barred Network.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to episode number 17 of the All Elite Experience right here on the No Holds Barred podcast. Yes, the experience that you actually want. I'm just kidding. We're actually called the All Elite Podcast. We're not going to stoop down to those levels, but welcome to episode number 17, guys, of the All Elite Podcast. Again, right here on the No Holds Barred Network. I'm your host, as always, the self-proclaimed greatest host, Kyle Masters, joined by my co-host. She is live from York. New York. Loves to Dream 82 on Twitter. I'm at Real Kyle Masters, located right above our heads if you're watching us on YouTube. If you're listening to us on the go, thank you for downloading the episode. Huge podcast today. It's been a while since we did a podcast. It was back when I was in New York. Since then, we've had like a shit ton of news. Yeah, I was in that spot right there.
Yeah.
Anyways, there's been a lot of news. Lots of stuff coming out, especially out of today. It's why we started a little bit late, so I do apologize for that. Double or Nothing the Road to Double or Nothing just released at noon today, and we wanted to make sure we watched that so we can kind of go over it as well in this episode. And something big happened at the end. If you didn't catch it, spoiler alert, you're going to find out in this episode. If not, I'll let you know when we're going to talk about it, so you can mute us for a bit and then come back, or let you go watch it first. But we'll save that for maybe near the end of the episode, just for you guys. If you're new, welcome to your first episode of the All Elite Podcast, where myself and Tiffany talk about anything going on in the All Elite world, and we do Being the Elite reviews. We go over the Road to Double or Nothing series, and we also just keep you updated on the latest news and rumors going on with All Elite Wrestling. And the huge one today with the breaking announcement about to be any time now. We have some news on when they might actually announce it, of the TV deal for All Elite Wrestling. Lots of big things coming to All Elite. I just, every day, more and more now, Tiff, I'm seeing more and more fans.
I'm excited.
If I can say jumping ship, a lot of people are still watching that other product.
There's a lot of salt on social media. But
wrestling Twitter is cancerous after WrestleMania.
We're definitely excited. I think we got more hyped when we watched All In together and then did the review. So guys, if you didn't watch that review, go back another time and go watch our All In review.
Yeah, it's actually live on the channel right now. Other than that, you can see the last episode where we go over Jim Ross and the whole signing with Jim Ross and the other signings that they announced in that video as well. And then after we were bored when we were in New York, we kind of wanted to recap All In, because basically we started this podcast after that pay-per-view. We kind of wanted to give you guys our thoughts and give you basically like a preview of how we're going to do reviews. I know I want to do a little bit more with them, so that's kind of like the beta in a sense. So just give you guys a kind of an insight what we're going to do with the reviews going forward, especially when the TV show starts going. We're going to have weekly podcasts going over that. We're going to have podcasts doing predictions for the pay-per-view, especially Double or Nothing coming up. We'll do the review after as well. So lots of excitement, especially like for Fight for the Fallen, even Fighter Fest. We'll do stuff like that. We're going to be all in on All In.
Oh, we're all in. We're all in. And make sure next week, because like me and Kyle are excited about this. I need to see that Nick Aldis and Marty Skrull match next Saturday, the 27th.
There's reasons behind that. That's why I am excited.
Excited.
If you haven't seen, I have a bold prediction for Double or Nothing as to who is Cody's opponent, and it kind of looks like with today's Double or Nothing, we're going to know more by next episode. They're teasing at the end of this Double or Nothing's video that they released today at noon that there's going to be another video this weekend. So we're getting a double take, double dose this week of the Road to Double or Nothing with the big I guess, surprise or like a big hint maybe as to who Cody's opponent is going to be for Double or Nothing, because we still don't know. The Double or Nothing card is filling up fast, especially around the Gimmick Battle Royal, which we, after today's being the Elite and Road to Double or Nothing, we actually have a few more entrants. And one I'm actually shocked because I thought he would have a one-on-one match. So
Yes.
we'll get to that when we do talk about that. Other than that, guys, if you're a regular here, you know the spiel. Check us out on social media at All Elite Pod on Twitter. We are also available on Instagram and Facebook. Instagram has been blowing up recently, so thank you to all who are liking and following on Instagram. It's been really well appreciated. So All Elite Pod on Instagram, and then on Facebook, if you want to follow the Facebook page, All Elite Podcast. Will be that, and all the links are down actually in the YouTube description below if you are listening to us on the go. So make sure you are going to check that out. Also, like I just said, if you want to listen to us on the go, we're available on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and Spreaker. All glorious podcast apps. They are amazing. Thank you to our Spotify and iTunes listeners. That's the bulk of our listeners right now. Thank you for downloading the episode and checking us out on the go. However you are listening to us, it is well appreciated. So a big thing here, and actually I'm just going to give them a shout out first, and then we'll get into, I guess we kind of announced it in last episode. I've actually made a graphic for it. So KayFabe Tees. So they're an awesome website, guys. Go check them out. They have awesome t-shirt designs on there, especially Jimmy supporting the Full Beer Challenge shirt. He says it's really comfortable and loves it. There's also Full Gear Challenge merchandise on there. Merch sheet, Bulkamania for Full Gear Challenge. The Mark, which I love that shirt. It's hilarious. It's inspiration of the Man Becky t-shirt. And then the Executive Vice President AEW looking t-shirt. And then they have their generic logo t-shirt. I love their logo. It's a really cool 70s style logo. Very amazing. But go, guys. Go check them out. KayFabeTees.com. And as always, the message from the Executive Vice President of KayFabe Tees. Yes.
I said it.
You can't hold yourself when we do that.
Sorry, it's funny. I can't. It's just, I love that dude. I just can't.
Mm-hmm. But now, since we're back here on camera, just want to give you guys our facial reaction to this. So we have announced that last episode we have officially partnered with KayFabe Tees. Our official store on Teesprings, as of today, which I'll get it done, will be closed. No more Teesprings anymore. We are officially partnered with KayFabe Tees, and we have our spot on their store. So our shirts will be presented by KayFabe Tees. So here you go. The first 4 designs in the All Elite store. Bam! There you go. So we still have the generic All Elite podcast shirt, which I'm wearing right now. Very comfortable, by the way. Love this material. We have Tiffany, as requested by Tiffany, the fuck or Fook. I've heard Fook so far from some people. The finest. So in a Kona Reeves parody shirt. We have Merp, which you hear us say Merp a lot on the podcast. We have turned it into an All Elite logo Merp. And then my newest design from the Jab that Triple H did at the Hall of Fame, WWE Hall of Fame, Pissant Company in All Elite font. So we have 4 shirts. Each shirt is $15.99 on KayFabe Tees. Whenever they have t-shirt deals, they will be incorporated into their these t-shirts. So there's the new link, and it'll be down in the description as well right now. Whatforapparel.com. So the word what, the word for, and apparel.com/AEP. That is where you can find the AEP tees presented by KayFabe Tees.
And also, going forward, because I actually talked to Joshua, that they are going to make them in tank tops because, I don't know, I like tank tops and stuff. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, these are kind of more, I mean, look, a lot of girls wear shirts like this, but I like tank tops. So he is going to work on that soon. So if you're I'm waiting out for the Fuck the Finest shirt for a tank top. I bought the All Elite Podcast Merp one for Jimmy, who's going to be rocking it at Double or Nothing.
That's awesome.
And I also bought the Full Gear Challenge. I'll be rocking that on the podcast as well.
Awesome. I think I'm going to buy the Pissant Company. But we actually have probably going to have a new t-shirt on the way. I've already designed it. I showed Tiffany. If you guys didn't see it, I still have it here. When me and Tiffany were in New York, do I still have it here? I thought I still had it. I don't. Okay, so
Stress.
I'll include it in the next episode with the new design because I think I'll have it done by the next episode. If you guys didn't see, it's actually on our Instagram. It's also on our Twitter. Me and Tiffany found a fat pharaoh. So it was a.
How did you take that out?
Because I had to delete because I was part of another podcast before. I had to clean up OBS, and I accidentally deleted that. I took off, and I meant to keep the meetup with Amy and Andy as well, and I didn't keep that either.
That was our best picture.
I'll have to put those back in for the next episode. But
yes.
So I have a Fat Pharaoh T-shirt on the way for the store, so that's gonna be great.
We're gonna get in so much trouble.
I don't know about that. Maybe I'll spell it a different way.
I think I'm gonna have to buy him and use him as our mascot for the podcast.
We're gonna have to copyright him, but he's already copyrighted by. I think the original premise of that doll. When we looked into it. I think it was one of the members of that Asian pop group, BTS. Yes. That's his line of character, so we couldn't copyright it even if we tried.
Yeah.
So.
We'll see. I might get him. He might be our mascot for the podcast. So.
Okay. Anyways, yeah. So those are our T-shirts, guys. Check it out. Links down below. Other than that, if you want some regular AEW merchandise, ProWrestlingTees.com is where you can find that. They actually have their Pro Wrestling Crate this month, for the next month, is going to feature all Elite Wrestling stuff, and Tiffany has actually gotten one.
Yes, I ordered it.
So
I definitely ordered it.
When she does get it, that episode will have an unboxing. I'm going to be making a single camera, so you guys can actually see a lot in best of it. Basically, what I'm designing right now is a layout that shows mostly Tiffany. I'm going to be in the bottom left in a tiny camera, so you can actually see my reaction to what she opens. So
you're not going to buy one?
Yeah, we're not going to give you, not going to unbox you in that little screen there. People want to see what's in there, so yeah, I'll get a bigger screen. Yeah, I'll get one. It's tougher for me though. Remember, I'm Canadian, so.
Oh, that's right. So I'll probably get it before him. But yeah, I figured it'd be. I got really excited. I was like, it's all Elite. So, and I'm usually not one to buy all that stuff, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it for the podcast.
If you want some other shirts, ProWrestlingTees.com is where you can find all of that good stuff, that all Elite good stuff. So, enough of the plugs. You guys are here for the good stuff, and that's this guy right here, Michael Nakazawa. No, you're not here. You're not here for that. Who's actually here for that?
That's awesome.
Anyways, so we're gonna save the being the Elite for the end.
Okay.
Just so everyone's has a chance to get caught up. So for now, I think we'll do around the AEW world and what's been going on.
Okay.
Just some random stuff that we picked up. We'll start off with Fyter Fest. So it's becoming a big thing, and this kind of ties into the All Elite because of the debut of this guy, and you're very excited about this guy. So I'll transition on the screen now. 2 matches announced for Fyter Fest. One really huge tag team match. We got Kenny and the Young Bucks, so basically almost like the Bullet Club reformation here, but the Elite. It can't be called Bullet Club anymore.
Elite.
Versus Pac and the Lucha Brothers. So that's huge.
This is exciting.
So that's a big match. And then Cody's facing off against Darby at Fyter Fest.
God. I can't stress this enough. I've been marking out since they announced him on the Nightmare Family episode 11. I've been following this dude for years. He wrestles so much in New York. Our friend Jimmy actually reffed a bunch of his matches. He is awesome. So he's been in SWA, he's been in NYWC, and just recently he was in the Evolve show that I was at. Okay. Oh my God, I love him. Get ready. Absolutely. Oh my God, I'm marking out.
And you said for sure there's gonna be someone to follow him into AEW.
So he is married to Priscilla Kelly. So I have a theory that she's eventually gonna come over. I think I read something that she's not in contract or she's trying to get out of a contract. Okay. I gotta follow up more on that. But I have a feeling she's gonna come over eventually.
Interesting. So, some other stuff, some not AEW but AAW stuff. So a couple of All Elite Wrestling people were there. and our very own MJF won the AEW Heritage Championship that night. Apparently, Rey Fenix was actually supposed to be there, but was unable to board his flight, and Penta is there, but I guess Penta made it. The tweet also says we are also able to add Gringo Loco and Matt Cross last minute. Thank you for understanding. So that kind of sucks about Felix. Not sure what happened with that. I didn't really see any more details around that. But your boy Darby faced off against Sammy G in a match. So you can see the picture there of MJF. I call him Sammy G. You know what?
I call him Sammy.
I'm illiterate as hell. I'm calling him Sammy G. So yeah, MJF is look at him, so proud of that Heritage Champion. That's a sick looking belt. That is a sweet looking belt.
I can't. I'm a fan. Like, I know he's like heel, but like I love him. He's another one. Like, I'm marking out for a lot of the heels. Yeah, like I can't. He's just awesome.
Yeah. So this also tied into a little bit of the being the elite, but we have 2 new signees, 1 woman, 1 man to the All Elite Wrestling. So Shima, it's how it's pronounced, is All Elite, and Hikaru Shida, the new woman to the division, kind of like an Asuka-looking character there. There's a thing with Shima, which I'll get to when we get to the Being the Elite, because they talked more about how Shima came into being in AEW. But as for Hikaru Shida, I hope I'm saying that right. I really do hope I'm saying that right.
Okay.
But Tiffany was able to find this thing that came up with the AEW's new signee. So she's a Japanese professional wrestler and actress currently signed to All Elite Wrestling and the Makai Company, while also making appearances for the Oz Academy and Pro Wrestling Wave promotions. She started her professional wrestling career in 2008 when she joined the Ice Ribbon promotion. I've never heard of that. After taking part in a film titled 3 Count, set in the world of professional wrestling. She remained with the promotion until 2014, becoming a 1-time Ice times 60 champion. I think that's what it's called. And 4-time International Ribbon Tag Team champion. Outside of Ice Ribbon, Shida has held the Wave Single Championship, the Oz Academy Tag Team Championship, and Sendai Girls World Tag Team Championship. So a lot of championships she's held in a lot of different independent companies. So I don't know. This is what basically AEW does. They take, obviously, wrestlers who don't have a chance to shine their awesomeness on North American TV through other big companies, and that's one of the things they're going to do. They're going to give the opportunities to these people who think deserve that opportunity to showcase their talent on TV. So that's hand in hand with both these people. So we'll get into Shima later, but just to guys give you an update on the 2 signees, so 1 woman, 1 male, and the AEW roster keeps growing and growing, and it's looking sweet.
I'm excited. I love the fact of all these, like, a lot of these wrestlers I don't know. So I'm excited to see what they can do and how they can grow. You want some young blood, I feel.
Some young blood. Some
young blood. We have a couple of comments in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Keep a Girl said, Sema looks like he's going to be the Nakamura of AEW.
Oh.
Okay.
Interesting.
And T-Ray said, thoughts on Luke Harper possibly to AEW? Him and Cody have had matches before. He could create a character there.
So here's the thing with Luke Harper, and I've read a bunch of people thinking like instantly for sure Luke Harper is going over to AEW. He could also go to a lot of other companies. I know Ring of Honor for sure is looking at Luke Harper because they are obviously getting, they're getting to get their rosters emptied by AEW, people going over to All Elite Wrestling, and we don't even know exactly how their structured contracts are. Like, we don't know the full details of AEW structured contracts, whether that when the show starts getting rolling, are they going to be able to appear in other promotions? Are they going to be allowed to do that? I know they're going to be given creative freedom and a lot more freedom than, say, the WWE wrestlers, but we don't know exactly what. No one knows. Everyone can say they know, but no one knows what the more details into their contracts are going to be like. So I know for sure that Ring of Honor is looking hard at Luke Harper.
Ring of Honor needs people.
And I've only read that he has interest also in going to New Japan Pro Wrestling. So yes, AEW is obviously keeping their eye on Luke Harper, and that would be a huge addition. But again, you also have to go back to the fact that we've also known that they don't want to sit there and just be, picking up WWE's leftovers all the time. They want to build new stars. They want to build people that, again, like I just said, don't have the opportunity to shine their talent. They're going to give those opportunities to those people. Not saying that taking a Luke Harper wouldn't be awesome. The guy's an exceptional wrestler, and he could be a good guy to put people over. So I would just say, I would accept it, but I wouldn't get my hopes up. If he goes somewhere else, fantastic. Good for him.
PFW fandom said Dave Meltzer is reporting Luke Harper is best friends with Chris Harrington, VP of Business Strategy of AEW. His chances of going are high. That's
also Dave Meltzer. He's been wrong in the past, but that is a good point. Obviously, there's the best friend thing. That obviously puts a more bigger sign that he could be with AEW. Again, I know that Ring of Honor is looking at him. That's what I've read so far. I don't know if it's true that he's had interest in New Japan Pro Wrestling because he wants to work with a lot of people that are currently there. So we don't know. I could be wrong. It could be for sure AEW. He's just waiting for that 90 days to expire, and then he signs right away. So we'll find out. I'd accept it. I would love it. Luke Harper literally has been not given a chance at all in WWE to show his full potential. The whole Wyatt thing and the Bludgeon Brothers, it looked like it would work at first, but it's because WWE does these good things that could work, but then they don't put any effort into continuing the character or building the character. Just do it and say, okay, if it gets over, it gets over. If not, we'll put it aside. It's horrible. Yes. Anyways.
Keep going.
I don't even remember what was that. What was I? What was I talking about?
We're giving news.
No, was it the signings? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went over the aid. So Full Gear update.
Yeah.
I suck.
Listen.
I haven't been to the gym in over a week.
Me and Kyle, we were like, okay, we're gonna be healthy. We're gonna be good. Like,
I mean, I've eaten healthy. I just haven't gone to the gym. So like,
I'm saying like when you were here. When you were here, we're like, okay, we're gonna try to be healthy, and that fucking went out the window. Like we were eating fried food. We were eating like forget it. It was gone. Trifle, you guys saw on my channel. We were eating trifle cake. We were eating a whole bunch of shit. But surprisingly,
the airport's like, sir, did you carry any extra luggage? I'm like, yeah, it's right here.
Yeah, the White Castle in your stomach. I'm sorry. Anyway, but surprisingly, I don't know how. I must have like kicked up, like losing weight from eating all that shit with you. Like I'm down 2 pounds.
Good
I don't
know
how. I'm down 2 pounds. I don't give a shit. I'm down 2 pounds. Like I'm happy.
No, I got to get back on the train.
But yeah, I've been posting on Instagram and I've been posting on my personal Twitter.
What is that thing? What did you buy? What is that?
The waist trimmer.
What does that do?
Okay, it's supposed to you're supposed to wear it tight, and I've heard really good things about it. Datiel has been doing it also, and I had a friend that did one also. So you put it around your waist and you make it tight, and it makes more heat, so you sweat more. So really, it's more of like to get water weight.
You wear it to the gym.
You wear it to the gym.
Ooh.
You work out with it. There's some people who actually wear it most of the day and then they take it off at night. So it's supposed to train your waist to slim down a little bit more. So I've only done it 2 days this week already. So we'll see how it goes. I'll tell you, I'm sweating like crazy, more than normal. So yeah. So Full Gear Channel, let's go. My ass is back at the gym. I'm trying to eat better. My salsa. I'm back. The minute Kyle got on the plane.
Your salsa?
My salsa.
Oh, I thought you said salsa. Like, that's not healthy.
Yes, I'm having salsa.
Well, I mean, you could make a healthy
I am half
salsa.
Latina. But yeah, so the minute his ass was back on the train the next day, I threw everything out, whatever was left over. So I'm sorry, whatever chips you left behind and everything else is in the basura, okay, in the garbage. And I packed up my fridge again. So back to Full Gear Challenge. Right.
So Hangman gave us an update, but I don't think he was working out. It looks like he was playing Pokemon Go in the gym. Come on, Hangman. What is that? Look at that. He's wrestling a Machamp in the gym. And then Flip Gordon gave an update. Full Gear Challenge with a green check mark. And God, you got some abs going there.
Oof. One of my husbands. Add him to the shrine. He's being added. I marked out.
I love that. I just like this picture I have it set up is perfect. Flip Gordon looking cocky over at him playing Pokemon Go.
Like, I'm looking hot over here, and you're sitting here playing some Pokemon Go over here.
Not working out, just playing Pokemon Go.
I still think Flip's gonna come over to AEW, but I don't think that's not gonna happen until 2020. I think.
Probably.
So.
Is that when his contract's done?
Yeah, his contract ends in 2020. And Young Bucks have a lot to do with him building to where he's at now. He's a beast. If you guys didn't see recently, oh my god, that flip he did. Oof. Oh my god.
Really, Flip Gordon doing a flip? Stop. Don't lie.
Oh my
god.
PF Fandom says, "Are you concerned that Cody might be giving too many a shot, as seen in this week's R2 DON? Is it too early to carry people? Don't we need to put only the best eggs in our basket at this point?"
Yeah. I've been thinking about that in the back of my head too. Like, I'm okay. Like, do we have to announce a signing every single episode? Like, you're gonna run into that Vince problem where you have too many people and then you have no creative for any of them. Like, you're gonna focus so much on certain people, but yes and no.
Yeah, I mean, but a lot of people that they're showing, a lot are going into the Battle Royal, and a lot of them aren't being signed. So it's just like giving them a chance.
Yeah, to
maybe
showcase
for like
them.
the future. Maybe help a bunch of people out as well. Get somewhere.
I also notice some people that they sign are old, so they won't be around that long. I'm interested in seeing who this big superstar they have planned for the first episode. They have this plan, from what I'm reading, that on the first televised episode, they're going to announce a major, huge signing. And I'm pretty sure Jim Ross was the one that said something about that, or it was Chris Jericho. It was someone, I forget who. I read that they said that the first episode is going to feature someone huge. Like, if you think back to WCW when their first episode was in the mall in Minneapolis, the Mall of America. Look who showed up at the end of the episode. Like, Lex Luger just walked through the crowd, and people were like, what the fuck? Like, this was during the age where, like, dirt sheets and stuff didn't exist. So when he showed up, that was a pretty big thing. So they have something planned for that. So I'm imagining they're going to keep that hush-hush. Like, there's only going to be a certain amount of people that know that, and then no one's going to know anything. So there's already been rumors of who it could be. It could be Goldberg, I've read CM Punk for whatever reason. I really don't think he's coming back to wrestling. But again, I understand why people would, kind of rumor that because it's a big name. But I really don't think it's him. So that's all I'm hearing about the first televised episode. There's going to be something huge. And you got to want to make a big impact like that anyways. If you're to take off and be like the first episode's got to be huge. It's got to be jam-packed. So I'm looking forward to that. Other than that, that's pretty much it, I think, from around the AEW world. Oh, no, you did send me something today. Again, late because we were catching up on Double or Nothing. I believe it's here. Yes, so it has to do with
Hangman
Page and Fight for the Fallen, which is slowly growing now, which I'm excited about because I was wondering what the hell is going on with that. They haven't really made any announcements with it. But they were on, I guess, a Good Morning Jacksonville. I guess it's like a Good Morning America type show, I'm assuming. But Hangman Page and Allie are making the rounds in Jacksonville today, talking about AEW and Fight for the Fallen. So their first stop was Good Morning Jacksonville. So there are the pictures and the shots from that. I guess it was this morning. AEW tweeted it out. So Allie getting in on it already after being a newly signed. Like, I've seen her, and she's in being Elite this week. She's in back-to-back Road to Double or Nothings and now doing stuff. They have a lot of faith in Allie. They got a lot of... So far, she's in a lot of things for a freshly new signee. So,
they got to promote.
And especially now that she has a match at Fight for the Fallen, which we'll get into as well. So, yeah. I got to make a thing for Fight for the Fallen. So I keep going to do it because I had one for the Double or Nothing. just sold out. I got to do one for Fight for the Fallen. I don't know if they're going to use the same thing. I love that song.
That's pretty cool.
But yes. How about we do Being the Elite?
Whatever your heart desires.
What? Fine. No, I don't want to do that. I want to do Being the Kyle. I don't know.
What? What?
I don't know.
You're a mess. I don't know.
All
I'm
right.
just gonna say this. I've been starting from the beginning of watching all the Being the Elite episodes, and I'm enjoying it because I think I just started watching Being the Elite in December, so I went back. I think I'm on episode 47 now, which is so awesome.
Well, you're on episode 47. We're on episode 147 for this week, so you got 100 more to go.
Oh.
But yeah, Being the Elite this week, episode 147, guys. It was a short episode. A lot of people were commenting how short it was, but it did have, a lot of stuff in it. Oops.
Yeah.
He's playing out his thumb there. But some interesting stuff in this week's episode. We opened up with Cody, and basically it was one of the people from the I remember watching these librarian skit videos, and they were also watching it in the last Being the Elite, and then it was Kenny and the Young Bucks giving their reaction on watching these skits, and they were laughing at a lot of them. They're especially laughing at this one it featured this guy. I don't know his name. We don't know this guy's name. If any of you guys in the chat right now know this guy's name,
help us out.
In the beginning of Being the Elite this week, I forget his name, but he was in it, and
I loved his tie. Did you notice his tie?
Yeah, his charisma though is nuts. Like, this guy is like over the top charisma, which is hilarious. So that was interesting, and then basically it was Cody like talking him up, saying like, we loved it. We think you're perfect for the librarian character. We're gonna set you up in tier 1, $1 million a year. And he's like getting all excited, and Scorpio Sky from SCU shows up and like basically like talking to Cody like, man, this is stupid. Like, basically just saying like, what are you doing? You can't be just like signing random people to that much money. Like, we're not even making that much money. You're already giving this random guy who can't even wrestle this much money. And then he walks away, and then Cody's like, okay, fine. You know what? Don't worry about him. We're gonna set you up. And he says it again, but this time he goes $1.5 million. How about that? So he gets more excited, and then Kazarian comes in.
Oh my god!
Basically doing the same spiel of Scorpio Sky, and then Cody goes on and says like, moves it up to $2 million, and I'm like, oh my god, what the hell is this?
This is bad.
And then Kazarian goes, here, you know what? Here, take this. Put some money in his pocket.
Put like a $20 bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's as close as to $2 million as you're gonna get. But then he takes it back.
That was funny.
And that's how we opened up Being the Elite this week, which is pretty funny. So I don't know what's going on with that guy. I don't know if they're gonna keep that guy around, or they just want to do a Being the Elite skit. But we had something interesting about the librarian at the end of the episode, which we'll get into. But then we moved on from this. Matt and Nick are in the, I guess their front yard or backyard. Yeah. I think it's front yard.
Yeah.
This plays into the Shima thing I was talking about. They are talking about how AEW is going to be giving, like I said before, giving stars that have not got their name yet a chance to shine and showcase their talent. This went on into the story about how they started out back in Dragon Gate, and I remember Dragon Gate used to come around here, and how the promoter at the time was Shima, and how no one was giving the Young Bucks a shot, and he decided to give these guys a shot, and it led to a match that the Young Bucks actually say that put their names on the map was against Shima and another guy at the ECW arena. So that's where they had this big tag match. I guess it was a really sick tag match, and it's how the Young Bucks got their name out there. And basically, they went on and said that because he gave us a chance when no one would give us a chance, we're going to give Shima a chance because no one gives him a chance, and they officially signed Shima to All Elite Wrestling. So that was a pretty good feel-good story about that, and nice of the Young Bucks and AEW to do for Shima. So I'm excited to see. And then you said, was it Cuba Girl said that he's the Nakamura of AEW?
Yes, Nakamura.
I'll have to look into more about Shima because I really didn't know anything about him until this episode. So I'll have to look into him. And then we got a quick SCU skit.
Oh my god, $1,000 for a pick and $500 for a shirt.
Was this at WrestleCon? Is it where this footage is from?
I don't know, but I'm kind of a little salty at you. We should have went.
Yeah, I wonder. I don't know if this was at. I'm pretty sure it kind of looked like a WrestleCon event, and I'm just guessing because last week was WrestleCon, right?
Yeah.
or like a week and a half ago.
That-
So
it was Friday.
yeah, they had their they're basically like their merch table. They're saying like this is $100 and this is like all this extra expensive stuff, and then they're saying that they have stuff to take care of, and how like Kazarian goes through 6 bass guitars a week or something like that, and Chris Rodale said his kid needs an Xbox every day of the week for every month, and they're just saying ridiculous stuff, saying like they need to pay for all this stuff, so that's why they charge so much. So and then it pans over to it's basically a these guys have changed segment.
Oh yeah,
and now Shark Boy. Oh man, is he older than he's older than I mean, he just sounds old, and you could kind of see under the mask he looks old, but and you can hear in his voice, oh man, those guys have changed. Then we moved on to Joey Ryan, and I guess this was at the same place.
Yeah.
A bunch of fans asking him about the blonde girl and where the blonde girl is. Even the one kid was wearing a "I beat up Joey Ryan" T-shirt. I wonder if that was one of the. I forgot to look back and see if that was the same guy from those 3 fans that they got paid by MJF to beat him up.
Oh.
I forgot to look back if that was him. But anyways, a bunch of people asking about it. Then it panned over to like D'Lo Brown asking. Basically, the camera guy for footage to Joey Ryan. It's like D'Lo Brown asking about where the blonde girl is. Tennille Dashwood asking about it. Mick Foley. And then that's what's her name from Impact Wrestling?
Oh, oh God. Damn it.
Rosemary?
Yeah, Rosemary.
Am I right?
Yes.
I think, okay, if we're wrong, we're sorry, but I think it's Rosemary asking about it, and she was kind of playing her character up a little bit too. And then he's staring at a cookie of Candice LeRae, and he thinks the thing's actually talking, but it's really Allie in the background saying that he basically needs help over this. So, yeah, so that was the whole Joey Ryan thing of being the Elite this week. Not getting over Candice LeRae. I don't know what's going on with that. And then we moved on to Cody announcing the pre-sale code for Fight for the Fallen. I don't have a video, can't do that. But for Fight for the Fallen, I actually have it up. I'll put it up on the screen for you guys. So he announced the pre-sale code during Being the Elite. And if you guys seen the tweets, he did say that the code will be announced in Being the Elite. So there are the tweets right there. And it's also announced that Jericho is going to be there as well now. So pre-sale begins tomorrow at 9 a.m. And we'll give it to you guys if you guys didn't watch it. Your pre-sale code is AEW Fight right in the top right screen there. So if you guys are interested in Fight for the Fallen, I know I can't go, it sucks, but if you are interested in going, tickets go on sale tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. So tomorrow, Thursday the 18th, and the pre-sale code is AEW Fight. The link is on Cody Rhodes' Twitter account if you guys want to link to the Ticketmaster.com website for buying these tickets. And the only way to access the pre-sale is by using the pre-sale code. So you're going to want to write it down right now if you're thinking about getting tickets. AEW Fight, all one word, for Fight for the Fallen. It sucks. I wish I was going.
Okay, we're still going to aim for all in, too, okay?
Yes,
like, we're still going to aim.
It just sucks. Like,
I know. Jimmy was like, you want to go? I was like,
yeah, let me just reach into my invisible bank account here.
Hold on, let me pick some money off the tree. Okay, hold on one second.
We got a money tree. Let's shake it up a little harder. We got to get some droppings today. Anyways, so we got MJF and a referee, and basically the referee was like thanking, MJF, it was an honor to ref your match. MJF instantly thought he was trying to ask for an AEW job and saying, I know what you're trying to do, but it's not working. You don't have the face. You don't have a good looking face for AEW. I mean, look at that lazy eye, man. just running down this referee, and then Sammy G shows up and basically like tells him, like, as the junior executive vice president of AEW, he actually isn't. He's just talking about big game. I know people in AEW hate you, but I don't hate you. And he's like basically, I'll put you over. I'll put in a good word here for the people around AEW. And then he slaps him in the back, and it's basically a kick me sign. And he walks away and he gets kicked, and then turns around right into your boy Darby, just face to face with him.
Darby.
And I was like, damn, this guy's already in the Being the Elite episode. That's crazy. So they have a lot of faith in this guy and already having a match with Cody at Fyter Fest. It's insane.
He put a tweet out, MJF. He was like, he goes, I really just had to poop.
So he tried to put a sign on Darby. Darby caught it and then ate it in front of him.
Oh God! I'm telling you, this guy. I was excited.
He seems good. I'll have to check out some of his stuff first.
Yeah.
And then Christopher Daniels with Matt Jackson somewhere backstage, like at this, I don't know where the hell they are. Basically, like Matt's just talking about like the pressure he has as one of the guys, and then Christopher Daniels trying to understand, and Matt's like, no, you don't understand, and he's going nuts about it. He even like took a shot at WWE. He's like, and then they bleeped out WWE, and he's like, even they offered me $1 million, and I turned that down. Do you know how much pressure it is running this company? And then Christopher Daniels asked what he can do to help him, like he wants to help him out. And then Matt's like basically goes over. He's like, oh well, like there's a stupid librarian thing. Christopher was like, yeah, man, it's such a stupid idea. He's like, oh, wait a minute, you're like talent relations. Maybe you should be dealing with this and finding the librarian. And Christopher Daniels like, no, that's all you, man. You're the owner. You guys are the top guys. You should be able to find that. Tony Khan asked you, and then they get into a back and forth heated argument, and they're screaming at the top of their lungs to each other. And all of a sudden, Peter Avalon, who I know nothing about, I'm sorry if I don't, I'm gonna have to look into who this guy is. He comes in and interrupts and basically telling these guys to shut up, and basically cuts a librarian type promo. And at the end of it, in like slow motion, goes shh, and like a slow motion gasping reaction from Matt and Christopher Daniels follows, saying like, "Oh my god, like they found the librarian guy, and maybe this guy's gonna be it." I don't know, or maybe that was just part of a skit, but that was pretty funny. You even had like Matt putting his sunglasses back on and slowly taking them off.
Oh my god, I was like, where do these sunglasses come from?
Because they're on his neck at first.
I'm dying. He said he's from PWG. Another friend of the Bucks.
Another friend of the Bucks. Okay.
Thank you.
And we were supposed to end the episode, but then it kind of like cut to the Young Bucks talking in their basement, I guess. Talking about building the tag team division in AEW, and with all the talent that they currently have signed, it's going to be huge, and looking for newer tag teams. And they're showing pictures on his phone, and then they get to the one where I think it was Nick. It was Nick that had the weird. No, it was Matt that had the weird reaction that said like maybe not, maybe this wouldn't work, and they kind of were iffy about it. But as they're walking out, they put the phone down. The camera quickly goes over, and it's only like a good 2-second shot of what the team is, but Tiffany was able to deposit and find out who
Super Smash
Brothers.
Yeah.
So they might be a new signee.
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. That's a weird tease to cut the end of the episode with. You know what I mean? Like, why would they do that?
You wanted the best, in the world. Or you want to see those best tag team matches. So I will see.
Mm-hmm. It'll be interesting. We'll see what happens. So yeah, that was Being the Elite.
Yes.
Decent episode, I thought. So now we're near the end of the episode. So before we get into the news and rumors, we'll go over Road to Double or Nothing. Okay. So spoiler alert. If you guys haven't seen it, mute us right now.
Before you go into that one, we never touched base about episode 11. We were here. Did you watch that one? It was just really quick.
Oh, that's right.
We don't even really go into that one or whatever like that. But Glacier is entering the Battle Royal. Mm-hmm. They did a little segment on Kaylee Ray.
You guys don't know who Glacier is? He was part of Cody's fight team back at All In last year. If you remember, he was the tall brick build house looking guy with the short blonde spiky hair.
Yes.
So that was Glacier. And it's just Glacier on his Nightmare Jacks. It was really hard to not make him out because the other guys were obviously DDP, Tommy Dreamer, and I forget who else was in this fight team, but Glacier was there as well. So yeah.
Yeah, Glacier.
Battle Royal. Awesome.
Yeah, Cody was asking Glacier about Chris Jericho, what to do, and he was saying, communication. What else? We had a segment about Cody Rhodes with the new cartoon book going on.
Yes, that new book.
Yes.
That's cool.
That's out. And Nyla Rose did a little promo that she's going to be the one at the end at Double or Nothing, getting her hand raised, and that she's going to be victorious. And then my boy Darby, that was
the big ending, the big promo lighting the sign of AEW on fire.
So he runs off with the skateboard after I love it. And then the fire.
So that's what this. And if you guys haven't watched Road to Double or Nothing, it's half serious, half they play Being the Elite into it. So that was episode 11 last time. We didn't go over it. Couldn't go over it, I think, because it was after we did the last episode. So this one we got to watch it before we started this episode, and number 12 we're at, so you still have time to catch up. Shouldn't take you that long. But we open up with Joey Janela and his ski goggles at some random beach, and basically he's going over that people are worried that he wouldn't be at Double or Nothing, and says that he'll be good enough in time for then. And he makes a couple of jabs at MJF. And I believe Joey Janela will be in the over the budget battle royal because of what we have later announced in this episode as well.
Yeah.
But we transition.
He actually, like, Joey Janela is going to be at the ICW show next month. It's going to be before Double or Nothing. But
Okay.
yeah, so he's ready to go now, and he was just at spring break. So
That's probably where they recorded that.
Mm-hmm.
Cody and DDP Yoga followed this, and this was a really emotional, touching moment here. They introduced Dylan, he's working on the production for Double or Nothing. He's a video editor, but he is also an independent wrestler. I guess which a lot of people didn't know. I forget what his wrestling name was. He has this
Days.
What was it again?
Sunny Days.
Sunny Days. That's it. And he's got like the yellow, sunny looking face paint. A big wrestler, heavy set guy. They're showing like him wrestling in the independent circle, wrestling since he was young. Even DDP Yoga met him when he was young and saw him transition into a wrestler he is today. He suffered from a lot of mental issues. I guess even, was it a year or two ago, he almost ended his life. But he says he's battled through that into the man he is today, and Cody invited him to participate in the Double or Nothing Battle Royal, which is really nice of him. And then they even showed footage of him calling his mom and Vic getting very emotional and crying that, he couldn't have done it without his mom. And then his mom saying, this was all you. You did this to yourself. Like, this was you. This is all your hard work paying off. And they basically introduced him, because he's wanting to get in better shape. They introduced him to Cody's nutritionist, who actually is going to be, Cody kind of said it without officially announcing it, that she's going to be the official nutritionist for AEW, Carolyn Fazio. So they even gave him a session with her. So
I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so that was really nice. So again, this Double or Nothing is half serious, half, some comedic factor, but this was one of those serious moments. So, so good for Dylan, man. That's huge. And good job on the whole Double or Nothing stuff so far. He was one of the big people behind it. So that was that. We moved on. This was, again, half serious. This is half serious, half comedic right here.
Yeah.
Brandy calling Allie on the phone, asking her if she wants to wrestle at Fight for the Fallen. And then Allie was all for it. He's like, yeah, how about you you wrestle me?
I told you, did I not call this on the last episode that this was going to happen at that pay-per-view? I said it.
And Allie's like, this isn't about the, our past, is it? And Allie's like, no. It's just, it's just to get, a fight in and, show the fans some good women's division wrestling. And Allie's like, oh, did she kind of sound like she didn't know how to take it? She's like, oh, okay. And then Brandy hangs up, and then Brandy's calling someone and then says like, yeah, I need you to come to Jacksonville that day, for that thing. And then after she hangs the phone, she looks at the camera and goes, oh, no, don't show that. Even though the camera rolled the whole thing and we seen it. So, part of the comedic factor. But interesting. I wonder who Brandy's talking about. I don't know who she's calling. That'll be interesting. So that's going to be interesting to keep an eye on in the future, too, heading towards Fight for the Fallen after Double or Nothing. MJF is trying to basically... He's got like a personal interview thing going on to describe who he actually is, and he hates that he basically hates like what people perceive him as, and hates the reputation he's got. Then he goes on, literally transitions really quickly into making fun of Joey Janela and just ripping this guy apart. And he talks about the All-In Battle Royal last year, how it was stupid and how people were taking stupid wrestling and it basically weren't taking it serious. And he's saying that that he's going to be in this year's Battle Royal and he's going to make it actually awesome. And he basically says that there's something good waiting for the winner of this Battle Royal. So this Battle Royal is going to mean something. So without inadvertently saying it, MJF said that this Battle Royal is actually going to mean something, and he basically says he's going to be in it. So MJF's in the Battle Royal. So he has a match. This is where I said earlier in the show that I thought he was going to have a one-on-one match with someone at Double or Nothing. This kind of erases the people who thought it was going to be MJF versus Cody. So that's out of the question. This guy's in the Battle Royal. I don't think the winner of this Battle Royal is going to be the one to face Cody. I really don't think that's anything that doesn't make any sense, and it's stupid. So MJF's in it. Joey Janela's in it. I guarantee they're going to have a spot together somewhere in this match. So It'll be interesting to see what happens, and maybe it leads to a one-on-one match between these two at Fight for the Fallen.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. MJF's hilarious. I love this guy. Then this was pretty cool, and again, this comes back to the serious angle of the road to Double or Nothing. Cody's talking about a professional boxer named Anthony Ogogo. So we learned a lot about him. He's been boxing since he was 12 years old. His mom is his biggest inspiration. He was all set to go. He's a British boxer. He was all set to go to the Olympics that were in London back, I think it was 2012, I think the Summer Olympics were. And his mom had a brain aneurysm 10 days before the Olympics. And he didn't want to go to the games. He wanted to stay by his mom every day. And basically, it was his sisters that told him. He has about 4 other sisters that told him that, our mom would want you to be at the games. They wouldn't want you to skip. She wouldn't want you to skip it. And apparently, during the whole games, he was so mentally out of it that he actually defeated 4 out of the top 5 boxers in the world during this amateur boxing Olympic Games. And he lost in the semifinals, so he is able to get the bronze medal. But I guess it was so mentally exhausting for him and emotionally drained because I guess every time it was in between training and fighting these other fights, he would sneak out and go be with his mom until he had to be back. And he said he would show up at like 5:30 in the morning back to his hotel or whatever room he was in right before the coaches woke up so they'd know he didn't sneak out. So that was really incredible to hear the story about this guy. And then it showed him training with Cody at the 1FW training center, and basically Cody saying that it's going to be it's not official, but it's something we're looking at and testing out to see if it works. And if it works, then it's great. If not, at least they can say they tried. So basically, this guy is transitioning from professional boxing to wrestling, and AEW is giving him a chance. So that's another thing about AEW and how awesome they are, and they're giving people like this a chance to shine in another sport. So they're not saying they're officially signing this guy.
Right.
They're just saying they're looking at it to see if it works.
They're recruiting. They're looking around. And he said he was enjoying all the recruiting that he's doing.
And the big thing out of this episode happened at the end. Insane. And we're going to get a follow-up on this. This is why you're going to have to catch up, guys, to this episode. We're getting a follow-up episode this weekend because it shows I keep forgetting his goddamn name. Mark. Mark. I want to say Matt. I don't know why. I think it's Matt Jackson, but I want to say Matt all the time. But I'm like, there's no 2 Matts. What am I talking about? So Mark shows up at the Cody's ranch. If you guys didn't see it, you can catch it. CR is like labeled right on his gate. So they're at the Rhodes Ranch, and he goes up to the door and he knocks on it. And as the door's opening, it fades to black. Ooh. I tried even pausing to see if I could see a shadow or anything. There's nothing. You couldn't make anything out.
I know somebody chat Marty. It's too early to let loose of Marty.
Why is Marty at the Rhodes Ranch?
This
is just way. I guarantee you this is just people. It's playing into the you predictors out there that are predicting it's going to be Dustin. This is just feeding you that. I guarantee you it's not Dustin. Anyways, and it fades to black and it says to be continued this weekend. So we're not even going to have to wait till next Wednesday. We're getting a part 2 this weekend. So as soon as that happens, I don't know, maybe we'll get together and do a quick review on it, maybe like a 15-second Twitter video. I don't know. Or not 15-second, like a quick update on it. So we'll see with that, unless we save it for next week's episode. But going to want to catch up, guys, if you haven't. If you have, we want to know what your predictions are. What do you think's happening in this video? Who do you think it is? Leave a comment down below. Tell us in the chat right now if you're in a live chat. If not, even tweet at us at RealKyleMasters or tweet at LovesToDream82 or follow the Twitter podcast itself, but more importantly, at AllElitePod, and then tweet us on there. Which it's been gaining a lot of followers, and I'm loving the traction it's been getting, especially on Twitter and Instagram. You guys are killing it out there. So thank you very much. Other than that, that's it for the Road to Double or Nothing. Let's transition into the end of the show where we talk about the latest news and rumors, especially the big one with the TV deal about to be announced. But you know what? We'll get the big story out of the way. So All Elite Wrestling is in advanced talks with the Turner. Billionaire Ted getting back into the wrestling business for a weekly TV show. So this is from Sports Illustrated. All Elite Wrestling is closer to finding a television home. The new company is in advanced talks with Turner for a weekly TV show. This is by The Wrap's Tony Maglio reports. I don't know if I'm saying that guy's name right. The show should likely air on TNT, but could also appear on Turner's Bleacher Report branded live streaming platform, according to the report. So there's also a live streaming platform it could appear on as well. I'm guessing it'll probably be on both. The show may not be year-round as well, in contrast to WWE's programming. Maglio adds SportsIllustrated.com's Justin Barrasso previously reported that AEW was targeting Tuesday nights for its show once SmackDown Live moves to Friday in the fall. AEW was born out of the historic All-In event last year, just giving a bunch of mumbo-jumbo about what the promotion is. It's got its first show called Double or Nothing. It takes place on May 25th. Sold out, as I said before. And then they have the one on July 13th in Jacksonville. Yes, Turner Ted, billionaire Ted, coming back into wrestling, set to announce the major television deal. This is going to be interesting because it's also, according to the Twitter insider Fight Oracle. What are you laughing at? I'm trying to do the news here, and you laugh, and then I can't concentrate.
I'm sorry, but
so what is so funny?
I rubbed off on you so bad that you're saying the Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, God.
Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize.
Oh, stop.
Warner Media Group, who owns both TBS and TNT, will be presenting the show to advertisers on May 15th. This is so they can gauge advertisers' interest for their fall television lineup and will allow marketers to buy commercials several months prior to airing. Jim Ross said previously on the network that the network All Elite Wrestling would be familiar to wrestling fans, and TNT certainly fits that bill. After all, it is the home of World Championship Wrestling until it folded. So, May 15th. Keep that day in mind, ladies and gentlemen. That's when the TBS and TNT, the Warner Media Group, will be basically releasing their fall lineup to advertisers to get promotions on. That's potentially when we are going to know what the exact time of the TV show and everything else like that. Everything basically is going to be announced in that. We're going to know the network. We're going to know the day. It's probably most likely Tuesday. We're most likely going to know the name of the television show, which is all but confirmed to be Tuesday Night Dynamite. And we're going to know. I'm hoping I know. For me and Canadian fans, I hope we know what network is going to be showing up here. We don't have TBS and TNT up here.
Oh boy.
So, and that's okay. And I'm not worried because WWE in the United States is showing on USA Network right now. Currently, it's USA Network, right, on both Raw and SmackDown. Yeah. I don't have USA Network. It gets transferred over to a sports station called Sportsnet up here through the USA Network. So I'm hoping that one of our sports picks up TNT or TBS for that. If not, I'm going to have to be streaming it, which sucks.
Oh, boy.
So I'm hoping we get some Canadian news out of that. Most likely not yet, but eventually I'm hoping to find out about that. So all you Canadian listeners out there, I'll keep you updated with that. So May 15th, circle on your calendar, ladies and gentlemen, is probably going to be the day we're going to, most likely going to be the day we find out everything with the television deal. So
yeah. Jim Ross also said that they're going to launch their 2-hour-long TV show in October.
Mm-hmm.
So
I remember bringing that up last episode. So October was that's fall time, right? So
yeah.
And it will be airing on Tuesdays, which is interesting because I'm pretty sure I heard that WWE is looking, or Triple H most likely is looking to do a SportsCenter type show for WWE and for SmackDown, because it's going to be more of a combat feel, I guess, when it goes over the Fox on Tuesday nights. So to try to compete with them. So of course, what else is new? Good luck though. Anyways, move on to some other news. This is awesome. This right here, this bit of news here is amazing, and I think it's an awesome idea. This makes me love AEW even more, and this is going to attract more fans and especially wrestlers because of this news in particular. AEW television show could include an off season.
Ooh.
Thank you. I've been asking for that for WWE for a long time, because this is literally what's ruining their product and their writing product, because the rest of the you think about it, the writers have to sit there, even though it's just one guy because he approves everything. The writers have to sit there and write literally week after week after week after week, no break in between. The wrestlers don't have breaks in between. There's a lot of debate over the offseason as well. A lot of people think it's a bad idea. A lot of people think it's a good idea. I'm on the fence of the good idea. This allows you, the wrestlers, to heal up from any long-term injuries. This allows the writers to create better storylines while there's an offseason, so they think more about it, and then they try it when they come back from the offseason. There's a lot that plays into it, which is a really good idea. So, All Elite Wrestling seems to be gearing up for a big announcement in the future television deal, which I just reported. The Wrap reports that a contract for AEW's new television show is definitely not signed, but it is believed that the destination will be TNT. I believe it is signed. It's not announced yet.
Right.
It is said that this deal is pretty complex, and they're aiming at multi-platform programming as well. This could mean any number of things from digital and beyond, so there's a lot of things that need to be ironed out, but the report seems to indicate that they are planning on making an official announcement during Turner Sports Upfront Advertisers in mid-May, which is May 15th. The report also includes some interesting information that might imply AEW will have an off-season, unlike their competition, or AKA WWE. This is quote from this article. It is possible that the AEW series would not be year-round. That would likely be a combination of the newness of the league and its desire to more wrestling friendly than rival WWE, which has a punishing schedule for its talent. So if AEW initiates an off season, it could be a very big deal for pro wrestling that they indeed be changing things in a big way if they didn't work their talent all year round. So we know that AEW's mission statement is they're changing the world, they're changing the universe. Like, they're making big steps into being the complete different and be a difference than the WWE. They're going to be the complete opposite. This will be huge to incorporate. I really think they're going to be doing this. That an off-season to AEW is going to be huge. Again, you think about the wrestlers and their schedule all year round. They're away from their families all the time. Like, they're punishing schedules as well. Like, they have to go from wrestling on Monday, they get like a day off maybe in between to go home or do whatever they want. Then they have to go on the road again for the live events all weekend long.
It's a lot.
So it's a lot. You're doing that all year round. For AEW to have an off season, you're giving your wrestlers a chance. We don't even know if they're even going to have a live event. That's probably not going to happen for years down the road with AEW. They're probably just going to have their television show and that's it. Or it might be less than years down the road. But as of right now, there's no plans for live events. So when that day does come, and I'm pretty sure they're going to have live events because they're very successful and it's a good way to make money. For them to have an off season, it's awesome for wrestlers to be with their families, to, again, like I said before, heal up from nagging injuries, because you hear about wrestlers in WWE that have nagging injuries all the time. That's probably what's preventing a lot of wrestlers to even go their full potential in WWE, because they're probably like you hear about wrestlers wrestling with injuries all the time. Yeah. You give them an off season, they have time to heal up, they have time to go get things checked out, and again, they have breaks in their schedule so that they can, go with their families, and it plays a huge factor in the mental capacity as well. Like, you're giving them a break and to get refreshed and then start up as soon as the next season starts up, they're fresh and ready to go. It's such a good idea. I love that, and I really do think AEW is going to be pushing towards the off season. And again, that's another thing that goes into the side of being the alternative to the WWE, and I think that's going to attract a lot of good vibes in terms of signing future wrestlers and wrestlers deciding should they go to AEW. I think that's going to be a big factor to it. Obviously, the money too. They're backed up by a multi-billionaire as well, but seeing that they're going to have creative freedom, awesome TV show on a huge network, and an off season, why wouldn't you want to go to AEW? Like, why wouldn't you want to go? Like, the environment is also sounding amazing so far. And you got to think, you hear about how toxic the backstage environment is for WWE right now. It's nuts to think that AEW is actually doing well, and they haven't even started yet.
Yeah.
Like, they're not even off the ground, and it already looks like a better environment than the WWE. So, I'm excited for that, and I'm all for offseason. You guys let us know what you think. Down in the chat, down in the comments, tweet at us. What do you guys think? Should the AEW have an offseason or not? I really want to know what you guys think, so let us know for sure. Tiffany?
Yes?
Do you want to read maybe another article, since I kind of stole two from you?
Yeah, I know. He steals all that stuff. All right, so AEW already already paying certain wrestlers. AEW hasn't
What?
announced a televised show yet, and their first ever event isn't until next month on the 25th for Double or Nothing in Las Vegas. However, it looks like they're already cutting checks for a few people. Although the names um, were not said, let's see. Fightful Select reports that some AEW wrestlers have already been taken care of and are receiving pay from the new company.
Wow.
It is also noted that many of the AEW contracts officially start in May 1st. However, some are already making money off of AEW, which we've talked about before because a bunch of
they have to. I mean, you got an AEW branded pay-per-view in May, so you're gonna have to pay them. You know, some contracts have to be in place for that because that's literally before it's crazy to think they're gonna have pay-per-view and events before their television deal even gets off the ground.
Yeah. Although it's not stated specifically, it stands to reason that some of AEW stars are already working for the company. Therefore, those who are being paid could be appearing on Being the Elite or have done other work on the company's behalf with interviews and appearances. So I have a feeling SCU is part of that because they've been like all over the place. So I don't know. Any thoughts of who you think's getting paid?
Obviously, the ones that are, I'm gonna say obviously the obviously Omega, Bucks, Cody, Jericho. For actual talent, other talent, Hangman Page.
You said that already.
Did I say Page?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I think SCU definitely.
SCU for sure.
What do you guys think?
I don't think Pac yet. I think for some reason, I mean, it's weird because Pac's already now at 2 AEW events.
Right.
And I don't think they've actually officially announced that he's on the roster.
No.
So.
No, he's just supposed to.
I've seen pictures of Lucha Bros on there. I don't even think they're official yet.
They're not officially on there too. Because they're still all over the place. Which actually they're going to be. I was telling Kyle before they're going to be doing a signing.
I could see Darby now being paid. Because now he's officially announced, and now he has 2 matches. He's going to be at Double or Nothing. He's going to be at Fyter Fest.
Mm-hmm.
He's all but maybe going to wrestle at Fight for the Fallen. So I imagine he'd probably be on the payroll right now. But as for like big names, nothing yet. I can't really see anything yet.
We have a couple of comments in the chat. PFW, PF. I'm going back to your old name. Fandom. You want them in best shape possible. You don't want them starving going into Double or Nothing. Makes sense. Yeah. Margaret said, I like the things with the off season, like Impact tapes, like a month's worth of shows in a week, and then it gives the wrestlers time to be with family and stuff. So a whole season off could be good.
Yeah. I think the one thing too with AEW, they're not doing tapings. They're doing live TV, which is huge. Yeah. That's also big. We know how like Impact does tapings, NXT does tapings, obviously, but that's just because they're on the network. AEW doesn't have a network. They're going to be on a television broadcast, so it's going to be live TV every week. So that's, again, I'm glad people are also agreeing with the off season. But yes, thank you, Margaret. I do agree. But yes. Other than that, I can't really think of anyone else off the top of my head that they're paying other than the women. Obviously, I think Allie's probably getting paid as well. Kylie Ray, the 3 women in the triple threat at Double or Nothing, I think are all getting paid because they're all officially on the roster. So, yeah. Like anyone that's been announced and has that poster that says they're all elite and that are wrestling at Double or Nothing are getting paid, like AEW contracts. Other than that, it's obviously there's going to be the other wrestlers that are getting paid on a 1-match basis, like the show up and get a chance to be on the Double or Nothing card. They're obviously going to get paid that amount of money. But if we're talking AEW money, like AEW contract money, that's what I'm saying. Anyone that's had All Elite, like that poster saying they're All Elite, or have announced that they're officially signed with All Elite and that are appearing at Double or Nothing, I think are getting paid in some way. That's just my guess. I mean, I'm not. I wish it could be a fly in the wall for you guys, but obviously it can't. But we will try our best for future that we are going to try to get as much information, as much insider information as possible for you guys. Whether it's paying for subscriptions or what, I'm going to do my absolute best to get you guys information and for you guys to come to a source where you can find that information that is right here on the All Elite Experience. I mean, podcast.
Oh,
what a horrible the Viking Experience. Are they high? Like, are they high? Like,
don't do it. Don't. We're not doing it. Nope.
Yeah.
We're not doing it.
Anyways, let's just hope that there's no experience in All Elite Wrestling.
This is why we decided
I'm shocked they didn't make a jab at it. Because this was after. Okay, the next being the Elite, I guarantee you they make a jab at the experience. Something's going to happen. It's going to have the word experience in it. I'm calling it right now. They're going to make a massive jab at that because they make a jab at anything WWE does. And we saw with not this week's episode of Being the Elite, the week one before it was called Pissant because Triple H called them the Pissant Company, and that caused me to make the T-shirt Pissant Company, which I might have to buy that T-shirt. I fucking love that T-shirt.
Yeah, you need to buy it.
So yeah, I think that's it for any more news.
Hey, I know we talked about this when you were here, but we were thinking of going live during Double or Nothing.
Okay, so
right.
We talked about this, like Tiffany just said. Basically, we're gonna try. It sucks because of YouTube or of streaming delay. We want to figure out a way to. I see people on YouTube during Raw and SmackDown that do live reactions. They're taping themselves watching the show. I want to kind of do something like that when me and Tiff are in this kind of setting right now, watching the pay-per-view at the same time and giving you guys our live reactions. I don't know how that's going to work because obviously live streaming is tough to get that right on the dot. And I don't know how it's going to work.
It's going to have to come back to New York.
Yeah, let me just drop another couple of hundred.
just come through the computer.
So we're going to try to figure that out. And if we do, we'll let you guys know. So make sure you are following us on the social media page. So I'll let you guys know right now again on All Elite Pod on Twitter. Make sure you're following us on there. That's most important on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. That's also good. It's been blowing up lately. All Elite Pod. We post a lot of pictures on there. And then All Elite Podcast on Facebook. So make sure you are following us on all 3 social media platforms. So you can follow myself, Real Kyle Masters, Loves to Dream 82 above her head. And all links are down in the YouTube description below if you're listening to us on the go right now. And check out our store. We're officially with KayFabe Tees. So, guys, links are all down YouTube for you guys. Easy to navigate. So, other than that, I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode, guys. Thank you for tuning in live on the live chat. Thank you for listening to us on the go and downloading the episode. Really do appreciate it. I'm your host, as always, Kyle Masters, always joined by my co-host, Tiffany. She's at Loves to Dream 82 on Twitter. I'm at Real Kyle Masters. Guys, keep an eye out for the next Double or Nothing video. We'll let you guys know on Twitter if we're going to do a quick review of it. If not, we'll be saving it for next week's episode of the podcast. Until then, we'll see you in the next episode. And keep that All Elite experience going.
And keep it kayfabe.